Hi, my name is Angeline, and this collaboration of assignments that we did this week gave me the highest understanding that I've ever had of these topics. So I think that this was just a very valuable use of my time, even though they were very difficult for me to do. With the identity web, I learned that I'm going to begin each school year with having my students make a scaled down version of one, since I'm going to work in elementary school. That way I can learn about their cultural norms right off the bat and learn how to incorporate them in the classroom. And I also learned that my own cultural attributes include respect, humor, forgiveness, having a good heart, honesty, integrity, kindness. And I'm hoping that I will pass down some of these traits to inspire my students to really learn how to treat each other well and have respect for each other. I also have cultural attributes that are weaknesses, such as I can be anxious, I can avoid competition, and I have a fear of making mistakes. I'm really hard on myself when I do. These are things I have to be really careful to not bring into the classroom, and I don't want to inspire my students to be that way that I am. I'll definitely incorporate my own cultural norms into the classroom. I think that this can create a more hands-on learning experience and make learning a lot more fun for my students, such as I play the guitar, piano. I love music, hip hop, dance, and sports. I think that this could just be a really good way to make learning a lot more hands-on and fun for the students and engaging. From the cultural iceberg assignment, I learned what my cultural norms include. They include timeliness, surrounding myself with people who are smarter than I am so I can learn from them, honesty, integrity, and taking a leader role where I'm kind of at the bottom of the pyramid and everyone else is at the top, so I'm serving them. Those are just things that I've learned from my dad growing up. And these norms help me to be a good leader, and they can also cause me anxiety because I have really high expectations of myself. From the the stereotype activity and the hidden bias activity, I learned that race really does affect my every move. Half my family's Black, half my family's white, and I can overthink race and end up protecting my family who are Black because I see how they're treated differently than I am. And it can actually cause me to stereotype white people. And this activity did make me really uncomfortable because it forced me to really think a lot deeper about my family and situations that we've been through, and how we were treated differently. But I am hoping that from my diverse background with my family, that I will be able to pass down the empathy that I have towards every person, regardless of our differences, to my students. From the personal assets and supports assignment, I learned that my assets include being a pattern thinker. I thrive in math and science and music, and I have really good relational skills. From the Temple Grandin TED Talk, I loved that. I learned the importance of teaching all different types of classes and not taking away the arts, since we all learn differently. I also learned that I need to take on a more multi-asset based approach when I'm a teacher one day, because it's important for me to recognize the different mind assets of my students so that they can all thrive in my class. I also need to incorporate flexibility. When my son went to elementary school, he had a teacher that had flexible seating arrangements. Students could sit at a desk, at a couch, and beanbags, and they were allowed to decide for themselves how they learned the best and how they were the most comfortable. There's many supports I'm going to need in the classroom, and some of them I can get from the TED Talks. I can stay current on new approaches to learning by watching them, and I can also start creating learner profiles for each student. I can learn about my students in order to help them thrive. For example, what we learned with the noise level is that students prefer different types of noise levels, so I can put that in their learner profile. I'm also going to need parental and student involvement. to learn my students' strengths, interests, and learning goals. And this will help me to work together to reach the students' goals with their parents. And I'm hoping that the parents will also incorporate what they learn into their homes to create consistency for the students. And the last thing I will include is a personalized learning plan. This will help each student to achieve their goals and help me be a support to them while they're achieving their goals. So again, this assignment was very hard for me to do. I learned a lot about myself, and I'm very appreciative that we did this assignment. It's gonna really open my eyes and make me more aware of things and make me realize what areas I need to be more knowledgeable in to be a better teacher. So thank you all so much for listening. Have a great day.